superstar freshmen that you'll see in this game as well. Here we go again. Happy holidays as we've got basketball on a Saturday afternoon in Chapel Hill, where it is bright and sunny. There's a little chill outside, but nice and comfortable inside with a lot of people wearing their ugliest sweaters. There's Gakdeng, right on cue.
Right on cue, right on cue. She did a fantastic job of sealing in the paint, showing her body, showing her numbers, allowing an easy pass for Alyssa to make that assist.
Here's the Norfolk State starting lineup. Clark, Johnson, Richardson, Diawara, and Wheeler starting 5.
And you know, like what Gakdeng, Wheeler is a fantastic low post scorer. She can do it all. Actually, right there, you see her stepping out shooting at 3, but she can do it all. She does a good job of scoring from both places on the floor.
Johnson with a good shovel pass as that came off an offensive rebound, and Richardson, the sophomore out of Portsmouth, Virginia, makes it 2-2.
Yeah. And, you know, coming into today's game, I look for Carolina to be focused. Like you said, it's the start of the winter break. Everyone's tired. Everyone's ready to get home to see their families. But these games right here are very, very important for teams to stay focused and stay aggressive and stay keeping their winning ways active.
Navarre was aggressive, missed. Gakdeng was aggressive, got the rebound, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Norfolk State, coached by one of their own, Larry Vickers, who was a great player at Norfolk State. Coached on the men's side, and then when the opportunity to open up on the women's side, he jumped at it, and he admitted he will never go back to the men's side. He loves coaching the women, basically saying that they listen to him, which is a key part of coaching, I would think.
I would think that's a really important aspect of coaching, is having players who are receptive to your message.
All right, it is worth mentioning that Renia Kelly, nothing major, but is going to sit out this game. That's why Townsend, who has the ball right now, gets a start. So no Renia Kelly. Donarski shuffled her foot, called for traveling.
You know, but it's a great luxury for Coach Banghart to have. You know, you lose a starter. Hey, you know what? Next man up, next girl up, I should say. And they have so much depth on this team, but they don't really lose a step when one person goes down.
So well said. They're legit 12 deep.
Yeah.
I mean legit. You can get to that 12th player and still feel pretty good about things.
Yeah. And that is such a rarity to have 12 active live players on the floor or on your bench anytime. That's a luxury, and it's a rarity, honestly, in college basketball.
You know, at the end of the day, Courtney Banghart, who you see right there, really breaks down the game so well. She's like, look, every great team has 2 to 3 star players, and then the key is having 5, 6, 7 role players that understand exactly what we need from them. They might even have more than that on this team as far as their balance.
For sure they do with their depth. But, you know, and right on cue, Lexi Donarski, she's considered a role player, which is fantastic, but she's considered a role player, and she knows her role. She's a 3-point specialist, but she also gets in, does dirty work, plays defense from the jump. As you see, she's active, has aggressive hands, and does a great job on defense.
See, I've got her in my 3 stars, though, Joel. I've got Ustby, Gakdeng, and Donarski in my 3 stars. You could put Renia Kelly in there, so you could flip-flop them around.
Yeah.
Navarre.
Yeah, she's just trying to bull her way through that triple team right there. Look at that. Ustby draws in, gets 2 feet in the paint, stops, pivots, finds a wide open shooter. Donarski drains it. Look at that form. It's fantastic form.
Ustby off there. Can I mention what hand Ustby made that pass with, by the way?
Yes, go ahead.
The left hand.
Lefty. Yeah, she has the unique ability to send passes, rifle passes on point, on time with zip to her player's shooter pocket with either hands, and that's a rarity for players to have.
Nice floater from Diamond Johnson.
Yeah, and like we mentioned in the opening broadcast, she's a really skilled player. She can do it all.
Ustby, she actually told her coach that she actually wanted to go to Norfolk State, at least wanted to have it under consideration, and she gave Coach Vickers a hard time because they didn't even look at her.
That is wild. To know that is wild. That surprised me. That's fun fact. I mean, she would have been fantastic in the Norfolk State system.
Well, I think what Coach Vickers said was he thought she was out of reach, you know, so you kind of got to go for the ones that you're going to get.
True. I mean, but heck, I mean, there's Donarski right on cue. Right on cue.
So smooth.
such a fantastic and refreshing thing. She knows she's a shooter. She's getting to her spots. She's getting her hands up and ready. Feet are set. She's just ready for the pass.
Donarski with 6 of the 10 already. It's a 6-point lead. Air ball, and Ustby goes ahead and grabs it. Now Ustby has the ability to bring the ball up the court. Donarski, no heat check as they go back down to Gakdeng. Gakdeng, the power, the strength, the and one.
Fantastic. You know, and that was a great break by Carolina. First things first. As you see right there, you get Ustby getting in the passing lane, running the floor, in transition. The ball is locked, the ball is moving with purpose. Finds Donarski for the easy trail 3. And then on the end one, Gakdeng does a great job of running to the paint, get 2 feet in the paint first. She posts up, wide target. Her teammate does a great job of finding her for an easy bucket.
So Gakdeng will go to the line for the and one. Donarski so unselfish. 7 out of 10 players would have taken a heat check before the closeout. Instead, didn't like the shot, got it down low to Gakdeng. Gakdeng gets 3 of her own.
But most players might not know is that what Donarski's doing is she's playing chess. You have to establish your post player early in the game. Once you establish your post player early in the game, that allows you to get easier shots because there's going to be a fear about Gakdeng posting up. As soon as going to be a double, possibly even a triple. That's going to open up 3-point shots for Donarski. So she needs to keep doing that.
Great to have the wisdom and the passion of Joel James.
What's up, baby?
Yeah, the 7-footer for the Tar Heels. Long professional career overseas.
Soft touch foul right there.
So it'll be under the basket inbounds play here for Coach Banghart and the Tar Heels. Here's Townsend. Ooh, boy, can she get to the basket fast. Drops it to Ustby. Ustby smooth.
Fantastic first step. You know, she does a great job of playing with angles, staying low, staying aggressive. You know, she's got her shoulder bar defender right there and beat her to the spot.
15-4. Exactly the kind of start Courtney Banghart wanted here on this early Saturday afternoon tip. As you mentioned, last non-conference game, they played a lot of them. They won 11 of the 13.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they won 11 of the 12. The other loss is to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, which is a conference opponent. And Georgia Tech is no sleeper. Right now, they're what, 12-0, 11-0.
They've not lost a game.
They've done a great job with that program of establishing a culture of excellence, a culture of winning, being held accountable, and it's paying dividends now.
All right, so Blanca Thomas is going to come in for Gakdeng.
6'5" freshman from Charlotte.
Johnson over the front of the rim.
You know, and Carolina has started off very aggressive, as they always have, and on the defensive end, they're really pressuring the ball, now allowing Norfolk State to see any easy passing lanes early when coming down the floor. And they're playing fast, and they're playing aggressive, and that's a great thing to have right now.
Townsend drew the foul. Diamond Johnson, who hit both of those free throws, shooting 6% on the season from the line for Norfolk State. Townsend, she is 6 for 12 on the season from the free throw line.
Good shot. That shot right there looks like she should be shooting in the 80s as well. That shot didn't touch anything. That net didn't move.
She makes them both. That'll be huge for her confidence getting the start, placing Renaya Kelly.
You know, and just looking at it from those shots, it doesn't look like she lacks in confidence with her shot. I think it's just right now, just the ability to have consistency at the free throw line. You know, like you say, if you don't shoot a lot of shots, it's hard to get a rhythm when you're shooting foul shots in games. So I look for her to continue to have a strong shooting session.
It's a strong start for North Carolina. They've made 4 of their last 4, and they lead big 17-6 over Norfolk State.
like I said before, they're a very poised team. They're an experienced team led by Johnson. She can do it all. She brings that air of confidence to this team. And that brings that ability to, hey, not be rattled by early starts or early deficits like they have right now, and to continue to play. Looking at their regular season right now, they're 27-6 last year, regular season champs. They've done a great job of establishing a culture of winning, and look forward to them to carry it on this year. Diamond Johnson, newcomer of the year. They're a very experienced team, good team.
Donarski, 3 for 3 from 3.
Man, what a start to a game. 3 for 3. And all of those are easy catch and shoot shots. She's not having to do much work to get those shots off. But credit to her because she's doing her work early, getting her feet set, her hands ready, things like that. And the team is doing a good job of finding her.
Ustby with her second rebound. Navarre, extra step from Navarre.
Yeah, she traveled.
She likes to attack, and she is not shy about shooting.
Yeah. She got a little excited right there. Look at that. Feeder set in pocket with great pass from Navarre. Great pass from Navarre. You know, shooter makes the passer. It's a shout out to saying from my old coach. You might have heard of him, Roy Williams. You know, he's right on that. You receive a good pass, you get it a good shot off.
With Joel James, I'm Dean Linke. It's 20-6 Tar Heels. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first. Johnson, 3. There's a good closeout on the 3. Navarre with the rip and run. She'll drop it to Grant. Grant, who has shown a lot of promise as well. Thomas will get it down to Ustby. Ustby looking for options. Navarre leans into a 3, a little short, and it's going to bounce over the backboard and out of bounds.
A little bit right there. That possession was, I'd grade that as a C possession. You know, they could have done a better job of throwing it inside, allowing Norfolk to collapse and then kicking it out for an easy 3. But Carolina's done a good job so far of utilizing all 5 players on the floor, making them be active, making them be threats, and that allowed them to get easy, wide open, uncontested shots.
Lanie Grant, a freshman from Lothian, Virginia, James River High School, on the mark right now, keeping an eye on Richardson.
Yeah. You know, and I've become accustomed to calling her the youngster. You know, she's the youngster of the team, the baby of the team. She actually reclassified to come in early to play for the Tar Heels.
Plays way above her years.
Way above her years.
Once again, the defense is there as North Carolina has already caused 5 turnovers. And we still have 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah. And Carolina, they're extremely aggressive. Not only to start the quarter, but just all game with their defensive pressure. And then once you get into half court, they shut off the lanes. They don't allow you to get into the paint. The paint is a sanctuary. They protect their house. They protect their yard. And they do a good job of having active hands, active feet, and they show bodies. You know, a lot of times on defense, coaches get upset because players are just sticking their hands in there. No, they want to put your whole body in there, cut off those lanes, and let the defense see someone actually in front of them.
Great breakdown, Joel, as Grant will go to the line. Checking into the game, Trayana Crisp, the transfer from Arizona State. It's 21-6 here in the first quarter.
You know, checking into the game, Trayana Crisp, a very, very experienced player coming off the bench is such a luxury to have. And you're going to hear me say that word a lot during this broadcast, but it's not often you have a two-year starter coming from a Power 5 team to come to your team, come off the bench, and then come into the game and contribute right away. Even though she made that turnover, she's a very experienced player. She did a lot of good things for Tar Heels.
So Toomey is going to come in for Ustby.
Yeah.
And you've got now for North Carolina, Thomas and Toomey. Great size.
Great size. Fantastic size in the world of women's basketball. You have a 6'5" and a 6'3", 4 and 5 on the floor. And Ciera Toomey can pretty much guard 2 through 5. Can slide her feet. She's long, she's aggressive, she's very smart. And then you have Blanca Thomas down there where, as you see, Norfolk is not even trying to throw it inside to the paint because Thomas is such an imposing player on defense.
Toomey can stretch out the defense. This time she'll post up and hit it And to me, that part, if she shows more of that, she's going to get even better looks from three, where she's been hitting some Kevin Love style, in my opinion.
Yeah, Toomey has a fantastic ability to both play inside and out. But like you say, at the end of the day, you're 6'3". You're gonna have a lot of mismatches just due to your sheer size. And so you have to take advantage of your size while you're on the floor.
You saw her handle right there, just picking it up, Toomey. He tried to get it down to Thomas.
There you go.
I like that out of her. That time she took 3 players bodying up against her, and she didn't back down.
No, definitely not. You know, and that goes to show you, like, that size. There you go. Great angle, great post angle, great posting from Toomey, and good job by Thomas to recognize that angle and throw it where the defense couldn't get it, right to her hand, leading to the basket. She did a great job of posting. That great high-low action between bigs.
Coming up tonight, right here on ACCN and the ESPN app, our primetime West Coast matchup as Cal squares off against number 23, San Diego State. 1 for 2 for Thomas, 24-6. 9-0 run for the Tar Heels over the last 3:35. A 19-2 run over the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Going to the line right now. Is it first free throws in the half?
Let's check it out. No, Johnson made 2 earlier.
Right. Shooting the second free throw.
Donarski will get a break for Townsend. Donarski sits down, 3 for 3 from 3.
Heck of a start.
First one made. Diawara. Rim, backboard, rim, and in.
Hey, as long as it goes in, right?
You know it.
That's a tough call right there. You know, and that honestly happened because Diawara didn't close that space. She allowed too much of a gap where Chris could split. You know, and as a big, that's a hard thing to do, is to trap in space on the floor. But, you know, if you commit to it, you really got to commit to it. You got to take away the space, body to body, not allow the guard to split.
Ciera Bailey, a junior from Pennsylvania, wearing number 25, 6'2". They have 2 6'2" players. Sky Robinson also on the roster at 6'2". And it's now 26-8 with 1:14 remaining in the first. North Carolina will head to Miami after Christmas. They'll be there at December 29. Then 3 home games: Notre Dame, Duke, and Boston College. Notre Dame and Duke, 2 of the best teams in the country.
In the country. Carolina has a tall task of getting 2 or 3. I think they can honestly win all 3 of them, you know, with their size and experience and their depth. But you definitely want to win 2 out of 3 of those games to continue the strong path that you're on right now for Carolina.
3 seconds, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Forces a 3, and the rebound will come to Crisp. 40 seconds remaining here in the first. A dominant first quarter for North Carolina on ugly sweater day here at Carmichael Arena.
Yeah, and Carolina's been putting a sweater on Norfolk State's offense. They're doing a fantastic job of making it rough for them, covering up any openings that they think they have.
Covering them up, indeed. Oh, that's a good pass. Toomey is going to try to make 1 extra.
Yeah.
Probably should have just, she got it high enough, just go straight up with it.
Went up with it, but she was being a little too unselfish. Luckily, it went off on Norfolk State.
You can tell already that Thomas and Toomey, they look for each other.
Yeah.
Look at that screen from Thomas to Grant.
Now that's a screen.
That is a well-executed play.
There you go. And that's all set up by the screener. The 5-man has one job. They have to set a solid screen, get their shooter open. And that's exactly what Alyssa Thomas did.
Final seconds remaining. Another miss as North Carolina holds Norfolk State to 17% from the field.
Florida, but today, she's righting it wrong. She's 3 for 3 so far from the Carolina 3-point line. And her teammates are loving it.
So here we go, second quarter underway. Grant down to Ustby. Ustby with the right hand.
She left that just a little too short on that one. She honestly didn't even need to fade away on that shot right there. You know, she had the size advantage. Just shoot over top.
Ustby now 2 for 4. Here's Johnson. Townsend keeping an eye on Richardson. Richardson with some strength.
That was a great slow Euro right there. Good upper body strength right there to push through the defense to get that bucket. Gakdeng got caught up with her arm, locking arms right there. You know, as a post player, you're taught to post with your lower body. Use your hip and your butt to get down and carve out position. You never want to grapple. Once you grapple, the ref can see it. They can easily call one of those easy tic-tac fouls. You want to use your butt, you want to use your hip, you use your legs, drive your opponent back to post them up.
North Carolina 29, Norfolk State, the Spartans 10. 9 minutes remaining here in the second. A 3 for the Spartans. A little long rebound, Ustby. Ustby now with 4 rebounds. The outlet. And fouled on the other side. Diamond Johnson didn't like the call, but there definitely was contact.
Definitely contact. You know, and kudos to Carolina. They're getting out and running. They're not allowing this upcoming break, to slow down their fast break. They're running the floor, running their lanes with purpose, looking to advance the ball as quickly as possible to score on the other end.
29-10. No Renaya Kelly, a late scratch, and Ustby now has 6. Ustby, as I say every game I do here at Carmichael, the only player in the storied history of UNC women's basketball to have a triple-double. Only player, the only one.
But I'm not surprised by that. I'm not. Alyssa, like you said, she's a very, very good utility player. She can do it all. She can pass, she can rebound, she can assist. She's smart enough to run the offense through her from that pinch post area. She's tall enough to see over defenses. And I'm not surprised by that at all. And then also having the trust of Coach Banghart, the ultimate trust of Coach Banghart, that gives you the freedom to do that as a player.
Good hustle a moment ago from Navarre just to keep it alive after she dribbled into trouble. She dove on the floor. And then one extra pass. Unfortunately, Grant missed the 3, and it'll come back to the Spartans. But good effort by Navarre. If you're going to lose it, you might as well go ahead and get it back.
Might as well.
Navarre, almost
got that one. What do you call it? A Jose Alderaro. A little steal from behind.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's a not. That's a nod to Georgia Tech player from Jose Navarro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does that for the New Orleans Pelicans.
There
right now, he's known for that in the NBA.
Grant down to Gakdeng. Good clean block.
Wow,
Gakdeng.
Norfolk conversion on Gakdeng right there on that block. That was a great job on her post-up, though. Good screen right there from Gakdeng. The offense is a little stagnant right now. Not sure what to do.
Townsend, look at Navarre again. Another effort played. Goes the other way, but I like the way she
skies
goes after
in.
loose balls. Yeah, and skies in, exactly.
Whoa, that could be a tech. Man. See, I like you didn't get called for that. That was easily a technical foul right there. A little bit of frustration. You know, but Norfolk just has to stay calm, stay poised. You can't allow the Carolina pressure to make you make silly mistakes like that.
Gakdeng's got position, so quick, tight angle, still gets it in. Gakdeng with 7.
Fantastic at playing angles. She does a good job of filling the defense on her backside and spinning off the other way.
Townsend with the rip. Townsend, outlet, Ustby's there. Ustby with the right hand, up and in, and Ustby's got 8.
Good job, great job. Great outlet pass. But first, that all starts with the cat-like quickness from Townsend. Great job from the point guard of stripping that ball on the way up.
Townsend with the rip and quick pass. Another rebound. Here's Townsend. They're playing fast right now. Ustby back down low. And Gakdeng is fouled again. What a pass from Ustby again.
Fantastic pass from Ustby. Right there, Townsend. Look at that quickness. Wow. And then the wherewithal to have her head up, see her teammate running the floor. You know, those are easy buckets, and that's a hard thing to do. People think it's easy just to run out there and get an easy layup, but you have to consistently run every single time to establish the rapport between your teammates to know, hey, I have someone up ahead of me. And that's a hard thing to do, to always run, no matter what, if you're going to get the ball or not.
Navarre, Ustby for 3. It's a little bit short. She has worked all summer long on her 3. At one point, shooting right around 40%, still pretty close to that. Here's a 3 for the Spartans. Navarre had it for a second. Johnson, too strong, but on the backside, up and in, as Williams was there.
And like we said before, this Norfolk team, even though they had a slow start early on, I look for them to get back into this game from their pressure right now. They're playing hard on defense, and just wait. I think they can come back and make this a game.
I'm with a 7-footer. The Spartans are with the 6'8" Larry Vickers.
Yeah.
Who played at Norfolk State. Good player, nice career.
That scowl on his face means he means business. You know, he's focused, very focused on his team.
Johnson gets it past half court. 35-12 is the score.
A little miscommunication right now for Norfolk right now. And that's really coming from Carolina's defense. They're switching, but they're not allowing them to get easy angles. They're taking away their angles for driving. And Carolina's doing a good job of covering up for each other.
Rebound number 5 for Ustby to go with those 8 points. Townsend at the basket. Unlucky. Gakdeng, though, battles, and she'll go back to the line as Gakdeng with 7 points has a chance for 8 and 9.
7 points, and she's already has, I believe, 5 fouls drawn, which is extremely hard to do. And a matter of less than 10 minutes, she's drawn 5 fouls from the opposing team, which means she's extremely active on the offensive glass and posting up. And that's a really, really good thing to do as a player.
Gakdeng came in shooting 56% from the line. She is 2 for 2 on the day and make it 3 for 3.
3 for 3. You know, and like I said before, I truly believe, and like you just saw, her shooting form is pretty good. So I truly believe that shooting foul percentage will go up as the season progresses, as she gets more touches at the line. I don't believe that number reflects the type of shooter she is on the foul line.
Just 1 field goal in their last 7 shots, the Spartans, who are 4 for 20 from the field, going against one of the top defensive teams, not just in the ACC, but in the entire country.
Yeah.
Another rebound for Ustby. Grant all the way. Rebound Thomas. Kicks it out to Donarski. And Donarski, her first miss of the day. 3 for 4. Spartans driving right to it. And Ustby, I think, is the player that's going to get... No, they're going to call it against Donarski. Well, what a start for North Carolina, though. 4:42 remaining, and it's 37-12. Tar Heels.
Rapidly and things like that, but it's because they want their defense to be their emphasis. They do a great job of shutting off the lane, not allowing opponents to get inside and establish easy rhythm at the rim. And then they also contest 3-point shots extremely well. Second ACC on 3-point defense, they do a good job of always having active hands and contesting shots. There's never an open shot where no one has a hand in their face.
It is a full buy-in on the defensive front from this team. And to me, that might be the biggest difference from all of the Courtney Banghart teams that we've seen.
Yeah, it's been a real emphasis. And, you know, let's rewind. The leaving of their star player last year,
Deja Kelly,
left a big hole offensively for Carolina. and they knew that they had to figure out a way to bring that offensive power. But Coach Banghart talked about early on, it's going to be a defensive effort from the team to stop teams from scoring. And, you know, so everyone has bought in. They've come out there, they've played hard no matter how long they're in the game. And they play in spurts. They play in aggressive spurts, 3 or 4 minutes at a time. They sub out. They come back in 3 or 4 minutes at a time, sub out. And that's a great thing to have. You know, once you lay your hard hat on defense, your foundation on defense, offense becomes easy.
Thomas thought she had pretty good position.
That was great position. The only thing I can say is she left her feet. As a big, especially as a 6'5" big, you never want to leave your feet against a player like that. Right there, she jumps in the air. She gets the easy foul. If Thomas would have stayed down, just walled up, she could easily get that block and just left it without a foul call.
Great point. Joel James. The Linky household, as some of you know, both my boys love basketball. We were all huge Joel James fans, and you've heard me complain about when Gakdeng gets pulled. We used to just get furious when you didn't get a long enough run, Joel.
You?
I'm gonna well said.
I'll just leave it at that. But no, in all seriousness, and we spoke about this before, you know, it's about having the maturity and the understanding that, hey, this is a team sport. This is bigger than myself. And I have to understand that I'm a cog in the wheel, and I'm a role player on this team, and I have to relish my role of being a spark plug or being a post defender, things like that, and just come out and play basketball and have fun in the time that I do have.
I'm just telling you, I was ready to knock on Roy Williams' door.
Hey,
I was going to do it for you.
I agree. But yeah, basketball's like that sometimes, man. You know, some teams are like that, and some teams you're the star.
39-15. Former NC State's Diamond Johnson. Get around Ustby. Ustby truly can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
I mean, actually do it.
Yeah. She has a foot speed and the length to guard on the perimeter, no problem. And then once she gets in that post, she's strong enough to guard pretty much anybody you'll see in ACC and in the country, honestly. She's a very talented player. It's a great skill to have, a great luxury to have on your team. And then also, from the looks of it, because I don't know her personally, she looks humble. She looks easy to coach. She's always willing to talk to her teammates, to take coaching from pretty much anyone on the coaching staff. And that's a great attribute to have.
Calls into the game with Grant. There's Alyssa Ustby by way of Minnesota. A wonderful family. Brothers that toughened her up.
That's usually how it happens, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Two Towers cause a turnover.
Yeah, they shuffle up the feet. That's a daunting task to try to score over 6'5" and 6'4" with their arms fully extended. But kudos to them. They did a great job of converging rapidly once he caught that ball.
Grant. Wow, that's a tough shot. She had a 3, dribbled into kind of a runner off the glass and in.
With the right hand hook right off the glass. Kudos to her using the glass, bringing it back. Old school hook shot. Love it.
Yeah, she's got the kind of like the knee braces on as well. Like she's
looking like an old school rec player, man. Like she should be at the Y right now, playing Saturday basketball.
I like this bucket from Grant that she just scored.
Look at it, right? Like you say, hesitate the 3, come down 1, 2, off the. Look at the full extension. You know, wide fingers. You know what I'm saying? Good shot off the glass.
It's beautiful.
She's a youngster, but she bring back the old school, right?
Amen.
There you go. Norfolk is having a little bit of full court pressure to try to slow Carolina, try to give them a different look defensively.
Crisp. Yes, 3.
That didn't result too well for Norfolk on that end.
No, there are too many weapons. I mean, this is
You're right,
second unit out there. There are no starters out there right now, and you cannot tell the difference.
No, you can't. And that's fantastic. You know, we talk about it, luxury, depth. You know, that's a great problem to have for Coach Banghart, is trying to decide who's going to play.
Johnson little mouse in the house, and the house wins.
Yeah.
Crisp.
Good screen. Good triangle game right there. Good, tough post feed.
Johnson gets the steal. Toomey
comes up wincing a little bit right now. She maybe hurt her hand.
Yeah, it looks like her hand. Good call, Joel.
Her right hand. But honestly, that pass by Chris should have been in the air. Should have never been a bounce pass in the paint to feed a post player. That's a bad stationary pass to make.
Richardson with the contested three. Grant steps into a three. Missed it. Toomey's hands. Now Toomey again. Toomey thought she was pushed, but she'll get the bucket.
Her hand don't hurt that bad.
She's still kind of letting it hang.
She is, yeah, a little bit, yeah. I guarantee if she's scoring in the bucket, she'll forget about it. That's usually how players work.
Courtney just asked her other coaches about Toomey's hand, so she's aware of it now.
She's still, yeah, it could be something. Let's hope not.
She definitely does not want to come out.
No.
Foul called against Hull. Another bright light, I think, for the Tar Heels is Layla Hall, the redshirt freshman from Zionsville, Indiana.
Miss Indiana, if I'm not mistaken.
Ciera Bailey, the junior.
Old school off the glass from the free throw line.
Saturday afternoon banking hours are different during the holiday season.
It's different, my friend. It's different. It is open.
She's probably saying nothing to see here. Final
I'm sure she does not care. It went in, it went in.
46-19. Oh, yes!
That was a slow closeout. If I'm coach, I'm really upset about that last play. That was a slow closeout right there for Norfolk. That shouldn't have happened.
Hall with the three with us here on ACC Network Extra to watch two teams that have 11 wins to start the season.
Right on cue.
Pretty sure she dropped it off of Diamond Johnson. 3 and D.
Yeah. And she does a good job of playing defense right on cue. She's lackadaisical, look like she's relaxing. Boom. She tried to get a hand up, get a steal right there. Oh.
Navarre falling.
Little tackle football action right there. You know, I'm sure Bill Belichick would love that to have on his team right now coming up. Almost got the steal, but hey.
Are taking down Johnson, called for the foul. 49-19, that was our halftime score, and that's still where we are. We just get rolling here. Gakdeng with her great hands. Townsend getting the start for Renaya Kelly. Donarski, air ball, but rebound by Ustby. Townsend, good pump fake. That frees up some space, a seal, and in. Wow.
Great. You know, and when you're a great shooter like that, you like to say that was a pass. That wasn't a shot by Donarski, but it was, in all seriousness, it was the air ball. But great job by Gakdeng. Look at that seal off that post up. Make sure she's okay for Norfolk State. But Gakdeng did a great job of sealing off, showing her hand what her offensive team can throw the ball. Great post up and finish.
9 points for Maria Gakdeng.
Looks like the refs are convening to make sure it was an offensive foul or a technical foul from Gakdeng. And I think that's what it is. Yeah, they gave her offensive foul. You know, with these rule changes these days, any contact to the head or above the shoulders can be considered an offensive foul, or you can review it and make sure it wasn't a technical foul.
So they're not going to count that, so the score remains the same, 49-19, North Carolina. Welcome back to Carmichael. Still taking a look at that Gakdeng offensive foul. I thought it was a brilliant seal. I had already given her the points and had her going to the line. Didn't see that she was called for the offensive foul, let alone the fact that they may upgrade it.
Yeah. You know, just from the rule book.
The call on the floor is going to stand offensive foul on White 5.
Lucky wasn't upgraded, you know. Just by the rules in today's game, anytime the elbow comes up, and you see right there, that's just incidental contact from a post player getting big and showing their hands. You know, but by the letter of the law, once you make contact above the shoulders, you have to look at it. You have to go review it. So, Gakdeng's fortunate she didn't get an upgraded foul call on that one. But I don't like it. As a fellow big man, I don't like it.
No, I don't either. And for me, the best part about seeing that play again was the amazing pass from Ustby.
Yeah.
I mean, her ability to angle the ball in the pocket, as you said. Special talent.
Yeah. You know, and that goes to show that she works on the game. She has the ability to pass with both hands. And the other skills you have to work on. You know, so kudos to her.
Townsend decides to take the shot. She's got 4. Getting the start for Renaya Kelly. Nothing major is the way we understand it. Renaya Kelly's had a really nice season, so we certainly hope it's nothing major. Here's a long 3. Townsend's going to get the rebound, and off she goes. She's got 1 speed, folks, and this is it.
That's it. Fast. Push the ball from three-point line as fast as you can. That's the Carolina way. That's the problem.
Took 1 too many steps. See, that's the difference between making the first 3 and missing the first 3, right? She made the first 3. She's shooting that ball right there.
Yes, for sure. And, you know, honestly, right there, Ustby right now, this right now is the time to expand your game. Get confidence in other areas of your game. You know you can drive. But right there, I would like to see her take 1-2 dribbles for a pull-up. You know, work on those things right now out of conference where games don't really matter as much. And expand your game and get confidence in those aspects. And then when it's time for real conference and real game time, you know, you can feel more confident in your all-around game.
Townsend showing her ability as a two-way player. Good job defensively. Gakdeng went for the steal. Still got a piece of it. Shot clock low.
Charge.
And a charge. Townsend kept her body square and drew the charge. That's good D.
Yeah, it was great defense by Gakdeng. You know, and honestly, that charge was set up by Gakdeng with her ability to chase Townsend off. To chase Townsend off the three-point line and to make her feel like she had an advantage for having a big guarder at the 3. It was great for her teammate to step in and take that charge.
Gakdeng up and in. Points number 10 and 11. Rebound number 4.
She's so active right now. She's playing. Like we said, she plays hard in spurts, and to her credit, she seems like she doesn't complain about playing in spurts. She goes out there, plays maximum effort for 3 or 4 minutes, and comes out, takes a rest.
Well, I do want to clarify, she doesn't complain. I complain. I don't think she says a word.
I don't think she does. But I think it's a real skill to find how to be useful in those short spurts of play that you get. You know, because sometimes, like I say, sometimes someone can easily complain, like, why am I playing only 3 or 4 minutes at a time? But instead, she says, no, I'm going to play 3 minutes. I'm going to go out there and give maximum effort for those 3 minutes. Go see what I can do, see if I can get 3 or 4 rebounds in 3 minutes, see if I can get 3 or 4 points in 3 minutes. And by the time you look up, at the end of the game, you have a double-double in 15 minutes, 20 minutes of play, which is extremely incredible and efficient.
So Navarre will go to the line, Joelle James, and if she can make at least one of the 2, that'll mean all 10 players that Courtney Banghart has put on the court has scored at least a point, which seems like it happens a lot for this team.
Yeah. You know. Boom. And yeah, that happens a lot all year, and so I'm not surprised by hearing that stat. 8 players every game score for Carolina, which is extremely impressive.
Right now, all 10 have scored. Townsend with another rip. Townsend going to take it herself. She had Donarski. Didn't have an angle to see that Donarski was open.
They got to change sides of the floor.
Townsend feeling the pressure. She'll go to the line. What a fun player to watch.
she's aggressive. Small and aggressive.
Size, but huge in stature.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. She plays fearless. Great drive, using an offhand to get the defender's arm around and grind her. Create that contact at the rim. She's a good job. Doing a good job of keeping eyes to the rim. Not allowing the defensive pressure to scare her into focus on missing that shot. Her eyes to the rim. She gets the contact. She tries to make it. Draws the foul. Good job.
Townsend with 4 points. 2 for 2 at the line. That 2 for 3. Gets a hand from Ustby, who's already got her double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds in just 17 minutes for Ustby.
Efficient. One word, efficient.
Townsend makes the other one. Ustby, by the way, currently ranks number 5 all-time in total rebounds coming into this game, and based on the number of games they're going to play and how they think they're going to do in the tournaments, she could leave North Carolina as the all-time leader in rebounds.
Which would be a tremendous accomplishment. If you think about all the great players who come from the Carolina program, women's basketball, that'd be an awesome accomplishment for Ustby and her family to be all-time rebounder in Carolina basketball history for women's.
Hearing the voice of Joel James. Norfolk State, the Spartans have not scored here in the second half. Ustby makes a good cut.
Cross corner. There you go.
Townsend.
Good pass.
That was Ustby's hands, and then Donarski in. Ustby, though, I don't even know if she'll get credit for it, but it was her hands that shoveled it to Donarski.
Exactly. She's everywhere. She's in the weeds. She's amongst the trees. She's on the perimeter. She can do it all. She's aggressive. She does a good job of being active, not allowing herself to be taken out of plays. She does a good job of continuing to fight to be in plays. And that's a skill that you develop over time.
Navarre with her quick hands. Probably doesn't get enough credit for that part of her game. A little bit too long. Townsend, good idea, trying to find Donarski in that corner pocket, but just a little bit too long. We'll take a timeout. The Spartans have not scored yet in the second half. It's all North Carolina, 58-19. Check to lead the Tar Heel football team. Amazing.
It's amazing. And you know what's funny? As soon as you said Bubba Cunningham about that, I immediately thought about the presser where he had to rip off a sports coat in honor of Bill Belichick. It was fantastic.
Bill Belichick. There's so much excitement around here. And then, of course, you're also feeling it if you're a fan of Norfolk State to get Michael Vick, one of the most exciting football players I've ever seen play the game.
For sure. Both of them were outright just one-of-a-kind talents in their own rights. One of the smartest coaches, winning coaches in football history with Belichick, and then one of the all-time just generational talent of athlete and players in Michael Vick. And so the buzz, I'm sure, is on both campuses is amazing right now when it relates to football.
Donarski, who started the game 3 for 3 from 3, now 3 for 6.
The law of averages, shooting 50% is not bad from three-point line.
Navarre back over to Donarski. Shot clock at 5. Townsend, tough pass for Donarski. Ustby, extra pass. Townsend, yes! Woo! Gets the start and makes the 3 right there. Townsend with 8.
Now, in all aspects, Norfolk State did a good job of taking away the first and second option of Carolina when they played. And they did a good job of shutting off the paint, not allowing Carolina to get an easy basket. It just so happened that good move.
Yeah, but better D.
Better defense.
Townsend, look at those hands.
All over the place. You talked about it, little in stature. Sorry, little in height, but big in heart.
Yeah.
She's aggressive. She's a point of attack for Carolina right now on the defensive end, and she's fearless.
Leaner, and that's the first basket of the second half for the Spartans as the lead is 40. It was 30.
Yeah, it's tough.
At the half. Starters out there. Go ahead, Joel.
I was going to say in basketball, you never know right now. can't allow her to do that. But I'm saying that in the game of basketball, you never know. The three-point ball is a great equalizer. You never know. They can get hot, maybe bring it back within striking distance. But as of right now, Carolina's doing a good job of dismantling all of Norfolk State's options.
So Ustby will get a well-deserved break. She'll go to the bench with 10 points on 5 of 8 shooting, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and only 1 turnover.
Carolina's doing a good job. Ooh, whoa. That should have been.
Navarre.
Whoa.
Navarre got a block and may have got a steal out of that both. Navarre gets it back. Good pass. Donarski started out so hot.
I thought that should have been a travel right there on that one play, but the rest didn't call it.
61-21, a turnover. That's 18 turnovers for the Spartans.
Yeah, that should have been a block, and then she pushed it, tried to push it. Frustration right now. Norfolk State has got to do a better job of handling pressure and handling their frustrations. Not allow themselves to get out of character. Play the game the right way.
Good look a moment ago at the 6'8" Larry Vickers, the top man for the Spartans out of the MEAC. They've won it the last 2 years, trying to go 3 years in a row to the NCAA tournament as the MEAC champs.
You know, and if I'm Coach Vickers right now, my team is down 40. My team is playing a really good team in Carolina. I'm looking for the small, intangible things. I'm looking for someone who's hungry. I'm looking for someone who has grit, who has the ability to play.
All right, starting December 29th, we'll have 4 consecutive weeks with Sunday women's basketball quadruple headers right over on ACC Network. Our first lineup has Hannah Hidalgo and third-ranked Notre Dame hosting Virginia at noon Eastern. Then it's Louisville, BC, followed by number 19 North Carolina and Miami, and the day is capped off by number 21 NC State hosting Clemson. My day is made on December 29th.
That's a great day of basketball right there. Great teams, great coaching. That's going to be a great day of watching good basketball.
(63-21), under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Hall will check in at the next opportunity for Courtney Banghart. Grant is now on the court with Townsend, with Thomas, with Toomey, and with Crisp. Diamond Johnson with a short offensive rebound going to the Spartans.
Do you think the starters night is finished?
No, she'll give them, I think, one more little tiny run is what I think, and then but it won't be long.
Yeah.
Crisp. I do think that we'll see a couple more Tar Heels get into the game, though. 63-21.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think they should play the dynamic of Toomey and Thomas the rest of this second half, and just to continue to see how they develop and play with one another in this blowout game, basically.
I like that thought. 3 for Johnson in. Johnson relatively quiet, though, as she is 1 for 10 from the field.
Yeah, I mean, she has a tall task going up against tall players and aggressive players all game. Carolina's done a good job of being active and staying in her face, not allowing her to get easy buckets, and not allowing her to get herself going.
Grant with another 3. This is a good three-point shooting team as Lanie Grant, career high 15 against Ball State. Just prior to Thanksgiving.
You know, and early on in the season, Coach Banghart talked about that. There are a lot of shooters. Pretty much everyone on their team besides Blanca is a more than capable three-point shooter, knocking out multiple threes a game. And so I'm not surprised by that fact at all. You know, this team is very versatile. They can pretty much play any style you want to play. They can shoot you from 3. They can drive the paint. They can shut you down or from the perimeter. This is a great team. They have a great makeup.
Grant got the rebound as Toomey was right there. There's Thomas. Thomas, there's that 2-footer. And she gets her own rebound. Will go back to the line.
Yeah. Her teammates are trying to console her on that easy miss, but right now, Thomas, you got to get angry. You got to get mad. You got to post with a purpose. Sort of like Gakdeng. Gakdeng posted, she posted with a purpose. She posted to try to score immediately. Thomas, even though you're big, you got to utilize your size. Be aggressive. Go out there and score. It's time to get yourself in rhythm right now, headed into ACC play.
Charlotte Catholic High School, majoring in media and journalism.
Coming to take our jobs.
Yep. Named as the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year by the Charlotte Observer, first team All-State selection. She had 8 against Charleston Southern on November 4th. She's got 3 in this game. Tar Heels have 4 players in double figures. Gakdeng and Donarski with 11, Ustby and Townsend with 10. Grant's got 9. Total team effort here once again by North Carolina. Johnson misses the layup, gets her own rebound. Guarded by Crisp. Shot clock down to 4. Step back 3. That's a really tough shot.
Tough shot.
It's going to end.
Tide rolls up at Spartans. Right back into it.
So here we go. The fourth quarter underway, 68-24. As North Carolina holding the Spartans to 5 points in that last quarter. Tried to feed Thomas. It goes through her hands and out of bounds.
Yeah. Carolina's pretty much handled business all game. I hope they finish strong and finish on a rhythm so they can go into this break feeling happy about themselves.
Johnson. Open for 3. Toomey with the closeout. Does enough to disrupt, but the offensive rebound is there. Now Thomas trying to get the swat, but again, she left her feet. Boy, Joel, you gave a great breakdown, and she did it again.
Yeah, she left her feet, and honestly, in that situation, she swiped down as well. Don't need to swipe. You're 6'5", you probably have a standing reach of at least 7 foot right there in that situation. So you didn't need to swipe down. Just contest high. Contest high, don't swipe down. Don't allow the refs to call that simple play. You know, honestly, those are just rookie mistakes. She's a freshman. She's going to play. She's going to get better. But all of that comes with more rhythm and more time on the court.
And you can't take away the fact that she's 6'5".
6'5". You know, and so she has to realize that as well. She has to realize I'm 6'5". I have a lot of attributes that most people don't have. So let me play to my strengths. And just the sooner she realizes that, the sooner she realizes that she can do things that most people can't, the easier the game will come to her.
Wow. That's just isolation basketball coming from Grant right now.
Yep. Simple one-on-one, winning her bag of tricks. She said, "You know what? It's time for me to get my bucket." You know, and that's a great play right there from herself.
She's kind of got an Urban Magic Johnson shot where she'll push it, but it looks nice.
Yeah. You're right. The old school, baby. You know, she got the knee pads on. You know, she shot a hook earlier. No, I'm playing, but
yeah, Magic did have that.
Running hook. No, she has a great game, you know, and she doesn't seem to get rattled. Being so young and being a freshman, she's sure about herself. She understands how to use angles and play. She does a good job.
Grant was waiting on it. Crisp, so crisp, so confident.
Cool as a cucumber. Look at her. Her facial expression does not change. Good or bad, she stays even keeled. And that's pretty cool to see.
Joel, she could easily be a starter.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. But I kudos her for relishing the role of coming off the bench and being that starting impact player off the bench. She does a good job, and I think she could find herself a simple mistake right there. Should have ball faked or pass faked on that one. But she could find herself in a starting role coming down in the second half of the season, I see.
So Toomey gets the block. Toomey reminds me so much of our talented executive producer who is serving the role as the AD replay 2, Lauren George.
Yeah. But why is that? Why?
Rest of the crew here, Nolan Sullivan, our producer, our director, Colin Beiersdorf, Jessica Monroe on TD. First free throw in, Aman Patel on expression, Dylan Rolling Stone Field on bug, Paul Red Carpet Beam on replay. We talked about Lauren, Curtis Adams, Chris Metzloff, Seth Taper, Daniel Bentley. With the great camera work, Jeff Anderson, Tyler Simpson, Colin Tadlock, and one of your main men, Byron Sanders, also part of the crew.
Called Scram Cheese, baby, Scram Cheese.
That's what you call him?
No, that's not what I call him. That's what they call him back then, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Back in the day, Scram used to get down. Call him Scram Cheese. No, Byron is a great dude, great friend. He's been a great mentor over the years. Great guy who's played overseas, pretty much did everything. Played overseas, now he's back here working on set, you know, just giving a shout out. He said, what's up, what's up?
Jordan Zubich coming in for Crisp. I feel like Crisp was hoping for a little longer run here, and you may have nailed it, Joel James, when you said the starters are done.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, yeah. You know, in this second half, it's not about, you know what your starters can do. They got you this lead, or they're a big contributor to this lead. But now you want to see the second unit. You want to get the second unit some confidence and some rhythm going into the second half of the season. You know, great shot.
That's that Kevin Love 3 from Toomey.
Yeah, that's one way to get confidence right there. Knock down a 3.
I love the way she plays the game.
She plays simple. She doesn't try to do too much. Plays simple, which is very refreshing.
Extremely active as well for a stretch player. Hands are moving, feet are moving. There's Toomey sliding over in support. And Grant is called for the foul to be an and one.
First, third team foul to the line to shoot one for the Spartans, number 21, Stephanie Mosley.
You know, in this second half, it looks like Norfolk has kind of disregarded their team offense and kind of started going one-on-one and attacking Carolina that way. And maybe they can have some success that way coming down in this fourth quarter, but who knows to see right now. Extended pressure. Norfolk is doing a good job of picking up, trying to slow Carolina down. Blanca needs to dive to the rim right now.
Hall. Back to Toomey. Toomey contested 3. Grant fouled on the rebound attempt by Diamond Johnson. Grant attacks the basket. That's your point guard.
Yeah. Throwing her body in front, boxing out with a purpose, going after that ball with aggression. Good job from the second smallest player on the floor.
I mean, really, if you truly break down this Tar Heel team as Toomey sets for 3, misses that one, they went from a team that really had no natural point guards to what I would say are now 3 natural point guards, particularly the way Renaya Kelly, again, she didn't play today, but she stepped up. But then you've got Townsend and Grant looking, I mean, they're totally natural point guards.
Natural point guards. And then you throw Ustby in there who does it all. She can literally be an auxiliary point guard if need be. You got 4 PGs on the team, you know, and they all do something different, but they all do everything effective. They push the ball, they move the ball with pace and space, and Carolina's lucky to have those guys.
Toomey. Grant from way downtown steps right into it.
Right on cue.
It is that MJ push.
That little push, man. Step in, push shot. Oh, yeah, that's easy. That was an easy offensive foul right there. Anytime you extend your arms right in front of the referee, you're going to get a foul call. Step in. Grant has her feet set. Her eyes are to the rim. She catches the ball in rhythm, knocks it down. She's done this a million times. You know, you can't give a player like that easy of a look.
15 points for Grant.
Off the bench.
5 of 8 shooting, 4 for 6 from 3.
That's a great outing. Great outing for anybody.
Townsend. Zubic. Had she not bobbled it, but probably ready to fire a three. Hull just a little bit short. Tremendous closeout by the Spartans, who trail this one 80-34 with 5:45 remaining.
Good job right there. They were in a zone on that possession right there. Gave Carolina a different look than they were used to. Came up with a missed shot and a rebound. A little bit of collision. Both players holding their noses. Hope they're okay. Oh, that's tough. An elbow to the nose and then a hand to the nose. Who knows? Who knows what happened?
80-34. Toomey down to Thomas. Thomas cannot get it to fall. She will, and when she does, she could be
a force,
a double-double machine. That's a nice finish from Johnson.
Yeah, those are the shots. You're going to have to play with it. And I talked about this earlier on the broadcast. She has to get used to playing with her elbows fully extended, locked out, so she doesn't bring the ball down low.
Mosley called for her third personal foul. Wheeler has 4. Clark has already fouled out with 5. So foul trouble has been an issue for this MEAC power trying to deal with the Tar Heels. Just not their day.
Not their day. I mean, it started from Carolina's pressure on the defensive end. You know, they didn't allow their best player in Johnson to get going, and that ultimately affected the team because when she shut her off, no one else can really get going and get rhythm. And Carolina's done a good job of staying active hands, having bodies and faces, and cutting off driving lanes.
To break that down statistically, North Carolina has caused 21 turnovers, and they've scored 32 points off of those turnovers.
Yeah. Anytime you can throw those stats or those ingredients into the recipe in the game of basketball, you're going to have a pretty good outcome. You know, and I'm sure they've out-rebounded Norfolk substantially. And so Carolina, as you see, that's the result is on the scoreboard.
Ripped out of there by Hull. Townsend. Thomas was open right under the basket and has to get out of the paint. Thomas sets up. Extra pass. Hull. Yes. 3 more for North Carolina.
Great inside-out action. Thomas through the triple team, kicked it out immediately. They swung. Great easy open basket for Carolina.
(85-36). As Barker getting ready to check in. Zubic and Barker were the 2 players that I thought would get in, and they will. Johnson stays with it. She gets a 2. But as Chick Hearn, who would cover Magic Johnson, would say, the Jello is jiggling. This one is over as Toomey steps into a 3. She's got double figures. 6 players in double figures for the Tar Heels. 6.
Right on their pace. As we talked about it early in the pregame show, 6 players averaging double figures coming off. This Carolina team is loaded, and they utilize all of their options.
88-38. Led by 30. After 2, led by 40. Now have the lead at 50 against the MEAC's best. In Norfolk State, the Spartans, and Townsend's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Tremendous depth on this team. 6 players in double figures. They're led by Lanie Grant. Lanie Grant with 15, tying her career high. North Carolina by 50. Notre Dame here, Duke here, Boston College here, and then they head out to Texas to take on SMU.
Yeah, the Tar Heels have a challenging schedule coming up. with 2 back-to-back top 10 matchups with Duke and Notre Dame. So I look forward to watching those games.
Townsend with 13 points. It's her season high. She had 26 during her time with Richmond. And now Barker gets into the game.
Crowd favorite.
Yeah, the team loves Barker from Durham, North Carolina.
Hometown kid.
Sydney Barker. She had 2 points in her last game. As we're looking to see if Barker and Zubich can get in the scoreline. Right now, the Spartans set for a 3, and they make it. It's a good shot.
Great shot. Great driving kick. Corner swing. That's that hammer action.
Barker, like so many players on this North Carolina team, also a really good 3-point shooter.
Oh,
I thought she was going to pay me off.
I thought she was.
Zubich gets it there.
You almost heard you, right? Oh, let it fly. Oh, stepped out of bounds. Carolina has a chance to hang 100, which is really impressive. Think they can get it?
90-41.
I think they can. They haven't slowed down their pace.
Yeah.
They've been running every possession.
Yeah, they got the subs in there, so they're going for it, right?
Yeah.
They're giving up some points here now, though. Barker. I'm going to say no, Joel. I'm sorry. Bah humbug.
Bah humbug.
Toomey down low. Thomas. He's got to make that.
Finish that.
Thomas again.
Oh. Let's go. Keep playing.
Johnson. Foul there as Johnson did a good job at getting her shoulder around Hull's body, and then she's in control.
Yep, exactly. Basketball, the game of angles. Johnson did a good job of staying low to attacking Hull's hip, getting her shoulders by her, and creating that contact once she beat her. Unfortunately, it didn't result in a foul. It didn't result in a bucket, but Norfolk gets a chance to take it out of bounds, reset, see if they can get a chance to score.
Crisp is going to come back in for Thomas, who will sit down with 3 points on 3 of 4 from the line, 0 of 5 from the field. Johnson, corner 3, and Crisp comes right in with a rebound. Crisp. Another player that can handle the rock and bring it up, does it there. Shot clock down to 15. Zubich, short on her 3 attempt. The entire bench was pulling for her. They'll do the same if Barker can get a shot off. That's Barker defensively. Barker and Zubich there for a moment.
Carolina's done a great job this second half not allowing their defense to relax. They've played the entire game with defensive effort and intensity, and that's refreshing to see, no matter the score.
How about Johnson quietly gets her 19 points, which she comes in averaging. Granted, she does it in a game down 45. Zubich misses a 3. Toomey trying to get the rebound. Hull does enough to get it back to Crisp. Toomey calling for it. Crisp says, I got this. Her 3 not there. Barker boxed out.
Yeah, like you say, in a game like this today, hoopers, that really doesn't matter. You know, having 19 begin beat by 45 doesn't really matter at that point. You know, you need to figure out a way to get your teammates involved and allow to have them to get easier shots and get easier buckets.
90-47. Courtney has called off the dogs, basically said, let's run out the clock here and go ahead and take a victory. It'll make them 12-2. Norfolk State will go to 11-4. Your final score, North Carolina 90, Norfolk State 47. Your thoughts, Joel James?
My thoughts this game, Carolina did a fantastic job of coming in and not allowing